It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso on a beautiful Friday morning. It is indeed summertime. The sun is shining outside. The birds are singing and the bees are buzzing, quite literally. In fact, we know that summer is that time of the year when bees are most active. It wasn't too long ago that we ourselves had a bit of a bee problem here at Expresso. We featured it on the show. Here to chat to us about all things a buzz is Jacques Barben. Thank you so much for joining us, Jacques. Thank you for bringing so many of your cool little bits of equipment, the suit, and of course the gorgeous honey that you sell. We've got quite a diverse bee population in South Africa, and they really are buzzing at the moment. Here's our hero of the day, and I'd just like to put it to you guys at home. Please, if you have any bee-related questions, 08391337728. We'd love for you to join the conversation. But let's talk about the honeybees specifically. What sort of honeybees do we find in our neck of the woods?
Here in the Western Cape, we have the Apis mellifera capensis.
Simple to say. I was going to say that. I was just about to say it.
Apis mellifera is basically the Western honeybee.
Okay.
And capensis is the one we find here in the Cape.
Okay, cool. And then across South Africa?
In South Africa, there's also the scutellata. These are which is the Southern African bee. These are borderline between that runs on top of the Western Cape to the Eastern Cape and so on, that divides the two.
Are they quite specific? Because, I mean, we've got quite a diverse population here. Do you find that they stick to rather kind of localized areas? Do we have any kind of bee population that's spread right across, like the South African bee? Do you find that they stick very specifically to their locations?
What's interesting is the rainfall patterns. So in the winter rainfall pattern, we have the Apis capensis, Apis mellifera capensis, and they like to dwell on they like to harvest the fabulous flowers and so on. Up north, there's the summer rainfall, and that's where you'd find the Southern African bee, the scutellata.
So obviously, when it comes to making the honey, that's where you start picking up on all of these strange behavioral traits, what plants that they're working off, where they're gathering their pollen, because that's what adds this incredible flavor. So talking about the bees that you've mentioned here, how do their hive systems kind of exhibit? How do they operate in their bee worlds?
Well, both of them are cavity dwellers, multi-comb cavity dwellers.
Okay.
So they like closed spaces which they can defend and protect and keep at a constant temperature. In order for the brood nest in order for the larvae to pupate, they need about 34.5 degrees Celsius inside the nest, which is why this photo here is quite a rare occurrence when they're out in the open. It does happen, but usually you would find them in a cavity.
Generally in a cavity that's hard to reach, which makes it impossible for people in the industry to try and remove those bees.
It becomes quite a challenge, yes.
If you are facing one of those challenges, again, give us a shout, 08391337728. That's the number to dial. So when you're obviously now harvesting this honey, and you mentioned they protect this very rare golden prize that they create, how do you go about it? I'm seeing some of the equipment here, protecting yourself, ensuring that you're safe.
Well, firstly, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know the hive to a certain extent, judge it. Also, it helps to know what time of the year it is and what's in flower. Some bees can be much more defensive depending on the nectar that's coming in. As far as the clothing goes, yes, this is a suit. This is a suit with a veil. We are kitted up from head to toe, and we have sleeve protectors and gloves to go along with that. So we really are covered. We wear gum boots and go into there without being able to have a bee go through us, through the clothing, that is. However, it does happen.
And then, of course, you've got
nice
your smoke, yeah. I'm going to get into this very specific piece of equipment after the break. I was imagining you just really toughen up. I'm dying to find out how many times you've actually been stung. But we'd love to hear from you guys at home as well if you've got a bee-related problem, 08391337728. Now, the smoke isn't coming from this little contraption. It's coming from the braai outside right at the moment. We're about to whip up a beautiful loaf of bread. Johan.